What's going on, guys? It's your boy RealDeal back again with another video, and today I have a story time for y'all about the time that I got stuck in Temple, Texas. Temple, Texas is a small town in Central Texas, probably about like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Dallas. Very small town, nothing out there but a highway and a Buc-ee's. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be telling y'all about today. So let's get into it. So the weekend before I left, my car ran out of gas and I was stuck on the road coming from the gym. Now granted, it's a community gym, so I was probably about 2 minutes away from my house. So I was able to get some gas. My mom had helped me out. She took me to the gas station. I had a little canister, got the gas in the canister, took my car to go refill it. But the night before, on my way home from hooping, I told myself, hey, I'm gonna go to the gas station and I'm gonna go get some gas. And of course, on my way home, I passed the gas station. So in my mind, instead of thinking, oh, I'm gonna turn around and go get it, I was like, I'll get it in the morning after I go to the gym. Cool, right? But I did not know that on my way to go get the gas that I was going to run out of gas. This part I'm telling you, it may not be me actually being stuck, but it plays a critical part. I have to build up the story. So that following week, I had to go to the office for work. On my whole way to work, my car was hitching the whole ride. Mind you, it's a 45-minute drive and I'm on the highway the entire drive. And also with that, I'm on the worst highway to drive. This highway in Dallas is one of the worst highways that you could ever possibly drive on, especially in the morning because it's super congested going to the city. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm literally in traffic. My car's hitching like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm just hitching in and out of traffic driving this car. So I'm on my way to one of my work events, and I go there, I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to take my car to the shop so they can see what's wrong. And while I'm driving, of course, my check engine light is on. But once I was done with my work event, I got back into my car to drive home. But when I get in my car to drive home, it was driving just like it did before I ran out of gas. So I'm like, okay, it's driving fine now, but I should probably still go to the dealership. I went to the dealership to get my car checked and see what was going on. So all this happened on the Monday or Tuesday before I had to go to Temple. So I dropped my car off, told the advisor what's happening. They tell me, I fix it, it gets fixed, boom, I'm good to go probably the next day, which is great because I had to leave the day after that to go drive to Temple. So I'm like, boom, all right, go to pick up my car. Of course, getting something repaired at the dealership is not cheap. It cost me about a cool $1,200. Smooth $1,200 to get it fixed. But when I got the car, my car was driving smooth as butter. Smooth as butter, smooth as silk, riding through the streets of northern Texas. So yeah, I get home, I'm like, all right, my car's smooth, this should be a good drive, right? So the following day, I go to Temple, I drive. It's about, like I said, it's about a 2.5, maybe 2 hour and 45-minute drive. The whole drive, everything is smooth, right? Everything was perfect. Then I went to dinner. I went to Texas Roadhouse. That's exactly where I wanted to go have dinner at. I went to Texas Roadhouse. And after, I ate there, got like the little onion ring cactus thing, got me a little steak. It had a nice dinner on the house because I get a company card. I was able to eat for free and I went on my way. And around this time, it's probably about like 7 o'clock. So I drive and my car is hitching again, but it's like very subtle. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, Lord, please, just please let me get to the hotel. please let me get to the hotel. Because mind you, my event is the next day. So we make it to the hotel, Lord willing, go upstairs, have a calm night, take a shower, watch some TV, go to sleep, right? I get ready for tomorrow. So when I go outside to go to my car, all I hear is this ticking sound. It's like tick, 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 tick. And I've never heard that sound before. Never heard that sound before. I go in the car, everything turns on, like the lights turn on, the battery still, like the remote still works. So I'm able to just press the key and go in my car. But when I try to turn on the car to start the engine, the car doesn't even turn over. It's like completely quiet, and all you hear is this tick, 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 tick. And I'm like, my goodness. Out of all the times, why did this just happen right now? And then I literally just got this car out of the shop 2 days ago, spent $1,200 just for it to come back in even worse condition than when I brought it in. So of course, I'm mad, but I'm extremely thankful. Thank God that I chose a hotel that was literally 2 minutes from where I had to go. So I called a quick Uber, cost me a little $8. Cool. I go across to where I gotta go to. I do the event. It was my first time out in there working with somebody. So, the event went great. Had a lot of people show up. Then afterwards, we went to lunch. We went to some Mexican place, right? Had some great food. And then I go back to the hotel because it's like, all right, it's time to go. When I get back to the hotel from lunch, right? I pack up myself, check out because it's time to go, right? I go back to my car. It's still making the tick, 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 tick sound. And so I had to get my car towed back home because I have to be back in the city tomorrow by tonight because I had an event the next day. The good thing is I had AAA. And shout out to my mom because remember how I told you I had to go to the gas station to get gas to put in a canister. So my mom, she was at home working from home, so she took me. And she was like, you should get AAA because, my car is a little older. I had a 2017 Ford Focus. Can you believe a 2017 Ford Focus is considered old? That's a 7-year-old car. Anyway, she was like, your car's a little older. You should get AAA just in case. I got it that day when I ran out of gas. Literally 5 days later, it came in clutch. It came in so clutch. So I called the tow through the AAA app, and I said like, hey, I gotta get a tow back to the Ford dealership that repaired my car. And they were like, okay, got somebody on the way. The good thing is I called the tow when I was out to lunch with my coworkers. And, of course, tow, they take about an hour, 45 minutes, an hour to get there. So by the time I got back to the hotel, got my stuff packed up, got checked out, the tow truck was already there. And I'm like, dang, someone's really willing to go that far, right? And the great thing about it was, with the AAA, I get the free tow. I get a complimentary tow. And because I had the highest membership, the tow was up to 200 miles. So when I told Buddy where I had to go, from the hotel to the dealership, was 165 miles. 165 miles. 35 miles short of the max before I had to come out of pocket. Ain't God good? And the tow truck driver that I was with, he was mad cool. We probably talked all the way there. We're just talking about life. We were talking about the game because he's got a PS5, I got a PS5. I added him, but we haven't played together yet. But yeah, it was smooth. I was able to get to the dealership, leave my car there, told Buddy what happened, and he said they'll check out my car in the morning. You know how long it took them to figure out what was wrong with my car? It took them 2 weeks. They held my car for a whole 2 weeks without any updates, not knowing what happened or why or when, right? Until I get a call from the advisor, and he tells me that it's my clutch. My car's not worth that much, so trying to replace a clutch for a car, it's pretty expensive. So I asked him, I'm like, how much is that gonna cost? This dude said 5 bands. So I said, F that, I'm not getting it fixed. There's no point. Why would I spend $5K to fix a car that's worth $7,000? That don't make no sense. And I was so frustrated because one, when I came in there, I didn't have an issue with my clutch. There was no issue with my clutch when I bought it to the dealership. They said it was my fuel pressure sensor. So that's what I got the repair for. So I'm trying to figure out how my clutch got messed up in this situation. And then two, my clutch was fine. The car was fine when it was moving. But then now that I think about it, the hitching, it was the hitching of the vehicle that gave it away. That it was something transmission related. But at the same time, when they did the analysis of, why the check engine light was on, my clutch was not mentioned. I have no idea what happened from when they fixed my car to me going to Temple. But honestly, now looking back on it, hindsight, I think it was just maybe that drive, just getting it out of the dealership, that was probably too much on my car. But they hold me because my clutch was fine, and because it wasn't the same error codes that popped up previously when I bought my car in, they said they weren't liable for it. So I would have had to come out of pocket for it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna get it fixed, and it is what it is. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, I was low-key worried, but God came through. He came through when my mom told me about AAA. He came through when I actually needed the AAA. He came through with the type of membership to AAA that I got that allowed me to get that free tow. Yeah, that's pretty much the story. And I've learned 3 things from it. 1, when you need to get gas in your car, get gas. Because you don't want to be like me, getting stranded and then ultimately that being the reason that you lose your car. And what sucks is I was about to pay the car off. The car was going to be paid off the following year. It would have been paid off by now. But you know what? I guess it just wasn't in the plans for me, Second, if your car is older, get AAA. Get AAA. It is not much. The highest tier of membership is $12 per month. Get the AAA, because if I didn't have AAA, boy, I would have been paying out the wazoo to get my car from Temple to where I had to go in the North Texas area. So, if you know your car is older and barely holding on for life, get AAA. Get AAA. And number 3, I'm never getting a Ford again, especially a Ford Focus. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've had some pretty bad experiences with Ford Focuses, even though the one I had previously, loved the car, but it's been through some stuff, right? It's been through some stuff. Overall, my experience with cars have not been the greatest. I have had a lot of unfortunate events happen with cars that I've had in the past, Lord willing that God changes my fortune with this current car that I have. And shouts out to my father-in-law, my wife's dad, for hooking me up with a new car in spite of my situation. I love it. It's been great. I've had it for a little over a year, no problems at all. So maybe this is a new leaf for me. But yeah, those are my 3 takeaways from that experience getting stuck out there, man. It was hectic, but I'm telling you, number two is the most important. Get that AAA, man. AAA saved my tail. Bruh, you know them tow companies be taxing. Bruh, just imagine. They charge you probably like $10 a mile, and I had to go 165 miles. You do the math. You do the math. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't get stranded, man. Make sure you have your ducks in a row, get your gas and all that other stuff so you cannot be like me. But I hope y'all have a good day. Peace out, guys.